and gentlemen, day 2 of Media Days here for the Mountain West Conference, and we are being joined by Mr. Josh Allen, quarterback for Wyoming by way of Firebaugh. Josh, thank you for coming, and thanks for being on, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
So, obviously, everyone knows, we're us Valley guys. We know you're a Valley guy, thick and thin, and, tell us about growing up in Firebaugh in the Valley, and if you followed Fresno State as a young guy coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Growing up, small town Firebaugh, it's about 35, 40 minutes west of Fresno. Small community. Everybody knows everybody. It's a place that's really dear to my heart, and growing up there was the best thing I could have done. My family, had a farm out there, about 2,000 acres, so lives about 10 minutes outside of the town. But I mean, the guys that I grew up with are the guys that are gonna be in my heart forever. And growing up, like I said, being so close to Fresno, my dad had season tickets for a while. Go tailgate. We went to a lot of football games, and Fresno State was a place where I grew up wanted to play for.
Right. And talk about because you went to Reedley College, right?
Correct.
You went to Reedley College, and with aspirations of trying to get to Fresno State or wherever, but Fresno State being your hometown. Talk to us about that when how Fresno State didn't come calling.
Yeah, it was tough. Coming out of high school with 0 offers, decided to go to junior college route. Played pretty well for my team, and had some really good numbers, had some good film, and still didn't pique interest of Fresno State at all. Had one offer, and it was the University of Wyoming, who went 4-8 the season before, and then I got there and started my first game and broke my collarbone and was out for the season. So it was a tough season to watch. The team, and they went 2-10. It was hard to see them struggle, but it made us hungry, and we came out last year and had a really good season.
Yeah, and then our new Fresno State's coach Jeff Tedford, when he got introduced, our university athletic director Jim Barco mentioned Firebaugh as a standing point because the Valley wasn't recruited with the previous staff, and I thought it was pretty neat that he kept on mentioning we're going to look at the Fireballs, we're going to look at the Mendotas, all these small communities that can play football, especially at Firebaugh. You guys are in a tough league. Dos Palos has always been a power.
Yeah.
My alma mater, I went to Kalinga High. We got there, but just the point of emphasis that he made about getting the Valley. So I know it turned for the better for you. And talk about your experience in Wyoming. You're an agriculture guy now. Wyoming.
Yeah.
Is it similar? How's it in Wyoming?
It's very similar. It's not too bad of a culture shock. Wyoming's 4 times the size of Firebaugh. It's got some more restaurants, and I do miss the Mexican food in Firebaugh. It's the best in the world, but it's not too crazy different. It's a very small town. Everybody, really knows everybody. You see the same students all over the place. You go out to eat, there's people, and they don't bother you because they see you so often because it's such a small town. So it's been a great experience, the best of my life, and I couldn't be more blessed to be in the position I am over there.
And let's go back to your season. This past season, you threw for over 3,000 yards, 28 TDs. How close were you to making that leap to the NFL? Was it a tough decision, or was it an easy decision to come back to Wyoming?
It was a very tough decision, and had a lot of people telling me, different things. The consensus was, if I were to declare, it would have been a first-round pick. But, I looked at it from the stance that if I'm not ready and I make the jump, there's no going back to college. I could be done in 3 to 4 years. I could be out of the league.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that guy. I wanted to play 15-plus years in the NFL, and I knew that going back to school, getting another year of seeing defenses and coverages and blitzes and everything that comes with the game, seeing another year of that's going to help make the transition as seamless as possible.
And the non-conference schedule you guys play, is it'll prepare you for that? You guys got Iowa this year, you guys got Oregon.
Yep.
So all that's going to prepare you, I imagine, for when you make that decision to go to the next level.
Absolutely, and as a team, we're looking extremely forward to those games. September 2nd's been engraved in our minds since BYU in our bowl game last year. So, we've worked extremely hard this offseason. We're an extremely tight-knit group, and we're ready to go out there and play for each other.
Let's talk about, other things that's going on with you, Josh. a lot of awards are coming your way, or preseason awards, and now with the NFL talk, how do you try to channel that so it might not be a distraction as the season goes along? Is it tough, or how would you handle that?
It's tough in the sense that, you know, my phone's getting rang, and Twitter and everything every time anybody mentions me, you know. But at the same time, I know what it is. It's preseason, and this is not anything set in stone. And I got, you know, 14 games to go play for the Wyoming Cowboys, and you know, honored to be a preseason award guy, and you know, hopefully I go out there and I prove you guys right.
Yeah. And last couple of things before we let you go. So you're really close to being Mountain West champions last year, and how's that motivation factor like this year to propel you guys to be a champion? Because you guys are preseason, and I know preseason doesn't mean anything, but you guys are, you know, highly ranked, a little lower than expected. You know, you guys are ranked third in the Mountain West Mountain Division. How does that add more fuel to the fire?
You know, I mean, if you look at last year's preseason polls, you know, we were dead last, so we don't really pay attention to that stuff. But you know, speaking back to terms of last season, we were 7-2 at one point.
Yep.
You know, sitting in a really good spot to, you know, maybe even make a jump for the Cotton Bowl last year. You know, beating Boise State and then San Diego State. But our last 5 games, we were 1-4. So we know that's not good enough. We know that there's stuff we left on the table last year, and you know, that's been on our minds, and you know, that's not going to leave us until we accomplish our goals this year.
And last couple of things, what are your goals? What are your expectations for this year?
You know, I mean, every team wants to win, and why not us? You know, I've been preaching to the team, a Fiesta Bowl is what we want, and that's within our grasps, and I truly believe so, and I think our team truly believes that. We've obviously got a tough road to get there with, you know, teams in the Mountain Division being extremely tough, so we've got a lot of work to do, and you know, we're extremely up for it.
Last thing before we let you go, how's that rivalry with Colorado State? How does that remind you of Firebaugh? What is it, the Highway 33 battle, Highway 33?
Yeah, Firebaugh Mendota. I mean, it's very similar. You know, we're playing for a boot instead of a 33 sign, but you know, it's not so much the players. Obviously, the players have a lot of you know, built up, you know, animosity towards each other, but yeah, I see it more with the fans than anything. And these are people that either grew up close to each other or are family friends, but when they get in the stadium together and they're wearing different colors, they don't like each other. And my family can attest to that when they went to Colorado State last year. You know, it's a hostile crowd, and they weren't very friendly to the Wyoming guys, but I mean, that's, you know, what makes college football so great.
And last thing, a message for anyone in the Valley, 559.
Thank you for the support. Go Pokes.
All right.